Hi everyone, Lee Muse here, Forward Arrow Solutions. I'm going to walk you through our latest release we have out right now. So if you go to your dashboard, you should be able to verify this. Down here, you should be at 3.8.27 or higher. So this release was geared around our maintenance module. Big release, super excited about it. Feel like we cleaned up some things that we, basically just made things a lot more cohesive in the maintenance menu here, and also added some new features as well. So first thing I want to do is, if you're a current fast customer, I want to go through two things that are going to change so that you can update those as soon as you can. So let's go through the most simple one first, and that's going to be anytime an item gets marked as failed on the inspection now, basically comes through as a reported defect. Now that driver, EC, mechanic, whoever's doing your inspections, they're going to get a pop-up to ask them for a reason for that failure. So now you're going to get a lot more information about that specific inspection item. So it's cool, coolant, they failed it. Why'd you fail it? Coolant was low. Okay, now we know. So then that's going to come through on this here. So if you've got general items like this, somebody could type this all in under this kind of catch-all. So I still think it's okay to have a catch-all here that says mark anything or mark failed if anything else that we didn't list above needs attention. And they can put their comments here. What I would recommend is you just take out the additional comment box that we had before, because really what we're trying to do is only associate comments with failed defects. So one, they show up here and you get a comment right there as to why it was failed. And two, we got a lot of comments, at least in our business, good to go, no issues, all good, things like that, where, okay, we don't really need to see those comments. That's great that they're doing it, but it doesn't really help us manage our maintenance any better. So, so that's what we recommend. Go into your pre-trip forms or different inspection forms, okay, and settings and fields. And if you've got general comments, let's see, this would be, so the field style would be comment. I would just think about if you really need those or not. I know what we're doing is we're just taking those out and saying, okay, we don't need those anymore, because we still have a catch-all mark failed if any tractor items not listed below require attention. They give it that thumbs down, and then they get to tell us more about why they're marking that as failed, and we've got more visibility on it. Okay, so go into your form tools, company forms, make those changes if you want to follow our recommendations there. Okay, second one's around PM. So anybody that's been using FAST for a little while now probably recognize this PM service report. This PM table tells you when things are due. Okay, we're now consolidating all of this into this main maintenance view. Okay, so you can see all the services. You can filter out anything that's due later. You're going to define what due soon means, and then due now means basically it's overdue. So you're going to see everything here. So you'll notice you're going to see, by default, you're going to see scheduled maintenance, which is defined here, scheduled services, and then reported defects as well. If you really just want to see one or the other, obviously you can filter for that accordingly here. All right. Again, you're going to get details on reported defects with this little comment bubble. And then when you go to close out one of these items, you just hit the arrow. If it's just a reported defect, I have one on here, fuel card, okay? So you can mark them complete. You're still going to get this whole big maintenance record that pops up. Don't worry about it. You don't have to fill out any more than you want to. You can just save it and close it now and mark it completed. Or you can say replacement, ordered or received, whatever you want to say. So basically, all that to say, you can put as much or as little information in to close out a maintenance record. But we are using this maintenance record form for anything from scheduled maintenance to reported defects, basically anything major or minor, and it's just up to you as far as how much or how little information you want to put in. So that being said, the two big changes on PMs are that now If we want to mark a PM completed, if you select a PM line item here, basically, it's already going to pre-populate. If you start one from scratch, it's not. Or if you say, okay, well, steer tire rotation, I did that, but you know what? While I was in the shop, I also did a PM. So you're just going to select both, and it's going to if those are scheduled items that you're tracking on an interval basis, it's going to reset the interval for both of those. So you can do multiple items at once. If you just happen to start a form from scratch, now you come in here. Once you select a tractor, and it knows what scheduled items it's expecting for that tractor. Now you'll see it in the drop down, and you can select them there. Okay. The other thing you'll notice, actually go back here, is that we don't have the is PM completed, because again, that is managed here. If you give any of these or select any of these services, you're showing them as completed, and that's what's resetting the interval. So hopefully that's clear to everybody. Those you're going to create and manage here under scheduled services. You can have I've got certain ones for Volvo, certain ones for Freightliners. You can do it by make, like I have. You can do it by truck ID, all tractors, anything like that, okay? Once you do that, then you're going to set your interval. Then you're also going to set your reminder interval. Say, okay, well, when I get within 10,000 miles, I want to start seeing it on the list so that I can be aware of that, okay? So that's going to basically be your due soon reminder window is whatever you set here, okay? We went through the inspections, so yeah, so really the only other thing is just more about how this works in general. When we go to mark, well, so obviously we've got quite a few filters here so you can look for exactly what you're trying to see. This in progress tab here is you started a maintenance record, but you didn't mark it completed. So you got this in progress here. This could be used if you basically want to create a work order, give that work order to a shop. If it's a major item that you actually want to bid out to shops, you can actually have shops bid on it. Or maybe you threw it into your shop that you use all the time, but they don't send you invoices right away. They send it to you at the end of the month or end of the week. So you're going to just kind of leave it in limbo here as in progress until you get your final invoice so you can plug in your costs and track it that way. When I do mark it completed, you'll notice I get another line here to confirm the mileage odometer reading that I want to use, enter my cost, enter an invoice number if I want to, and then attach that invoice. Speaking of attachments, we've also opened it up for additional attachments here. So if you want to attach photos, parts invoices, anything like that, you've got those options as well. You'll notice there's several other tabs here that you can use for creating work orders, service memos, different things like that. So yeah, so this is like an internal memo. Maybe, if you're like, don't take it to this shop, or remember to do this next time, something for you and your team to remember there. I think if I move this back to in progress, I'll get more of the, oh, this must be an old record here. But I think you get the idea. Okay, that's an inactive tractor. So that's something else to point out. Okay, so you notice I got different tractor IDs here. Again, this is demo accounts, so we're playing around with some different things. But the idea is that tractor numbers do change. Everybody knows that in the FedEx system. If you need to upgrade it, move it around to a different position, you're going to have to reprocess it in the FedEx system and get a new tractor ID. It's got the same VIN, and so we're tracking maintenance items by VIN, and we're telling you what that truck number was at the time. So when we move into in progress or records, you're going to see that things are now tracked by VIN. Okay. Records, again, you can see what was already completed and start managing it there. If we want to filter by tractor, we can do that. Okay, that's really the best way to view these. We can export everything. We can export selected invoices. Let's see, this is selected records to Excel. This is all records in the system to CSV. So, we're doing some filtering and sorting here for you. You can also export it to, CSV/Excel and do it more in a spreadsheet view. If you want to print it out for a potential buyer of that tractor, whatever the case may be, you can do that as well. So I think I'm going to cut it there for now. Hopefully that, oh, just kidding, I'm not. Bonus feature. So now if you are the AO for your company, you can come in here and create a new report. And basically you give that report a name. The content we have available right now is I can do time off requests. There's a lot of feedback within our company and others about people are submitting time off requests, but I'm not seeing it. How do I know more quickly when they're doing that? So I could set up one just for time off requests, and I could set that to send daily, okay? Or I could say, give me all this stuff at the end of the week, expiring documents for the next 60 days, scheduled services, and reported defects. So, it's up to you. Do you want that daily? Do you want that weekly? You got some flexibility there. You also decide who to send it to. And here you can say, do I want text or email, text, or both? Okay. So I know that was something we got a lot of requests for. It was more of the email notifications, text notifications when something's due. Instead of blasting you 20 times a day, we decided to set up as either daily, weekly, or monthly for now. So we're going to roll this out, get some more feedback from everybody, and continue to build on it. The intent here is to keep adding content we can send out. So, maybe more KPI type information, weekly mileage by tractor, different things like that. So we're starting here. Really excited to get some feedback from everybody. Hope you enjoy the new update. As always, reach out to myself, support team, however you need to get any help that you might need. So appreciate it, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.